You're back and back here on Cape Radio HD. I'm at the new Bruce Little Gallery here at Stellenbosch. Bruce, thank you so much.
Thanks, it's great to have you here.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So Bruce, tell me exactly what you're about and exactly what do you do?
My life is pretty multifaceted. I spent 20 years in the bush, started sculpting there. So my passion really falls into three fields. One is conservation, photography and sculpture. And you know, the one definitely assists the other. So that's what I'm all about. This is the opening of our first gallery. In the past we've sold mostly overseas and focusing particularly in England. But it was time to bring it back home. Obviously we're carrying on overseas, but it was time to bring it back home. And this is where it's all happening.
Fantastic. You guys have done an absolutely fantastic job here.
Thank you.
So tell me exactly what is the new, if you've got some new exhibitions coming up, what's happening overseas. I heard a rumor that you're good friends with Leonardo DiCaprio. Tell me a bit more about that.
I don't know so much about the good friends, but yeah, we did a very interesting project last year under the monumental line, which measured 8 meters long by 4.3 meters high. And the first copy went to Longleaton, England, which is a very well-known safari park. And off the back of the success of that, it was accepted into the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation auction in Saint-Tropez.
Okay.
And Leo's foundation is all about supporting environmental causes. So it was a great thing for me to do. I donated the piece. They raised $1 million from the piece, which I was thrilled about.
So that was for charity.
For charity.
$1 million for charity.
$1 million for charity, which I'm thrilled about. They say charity starts at home, but you know the legacy I would like to leave is an artist that's made a difference. So that was that project. We've got a very exciting London exhibition coming up.
Okay. What are the dates for those? What is the date
we set up on the 6th of November, but it runs from the 7th to the 12th.
Okay.
In the Mall Galleries in St James in London.
Fantastic.
So we're very excited about that. 50 pieces on show, biggest show to date. Yeah, we're very excited about that.
Fantastic. So Bruce, I don't know if you want to maybe go through some of the sculptures that you have created here and maybe explain the process in which it takes to be an artist as yourself.
Yeah, look, it's a misunderstood, if I can put it this way, process. Very few people realize the intricacy, the time, the effort and the finance that goes into producing a bronze piece. Initially we don't sculpt out of bronze, we sculpt out of a wax or clay. I've never done an art class in my life, so I'm a little
pure
bit...
natural talent.
Well, I'd like to believe that my teacher has been nature itself, but we essentially, a bit of Heath Robinson, as some people understand that terminology, but I kind of make do with what I've got, and then I've been guided along the way. But essentially we sculpt out of a medium. I use...
How exactly and what it takes to sculpt one of your bronze artworks?
It's actually quite simple. You just take a bit of foam and anything that doesn't look like a buffalo you take away, and then you're left with a buffalo. I'm joking. What we basically do is we have a substructure which is made up of a steel armature, foam which we then cut back to the basic shape, and then what I make do is I make use of this. It's got the consistency of clay, but it's wax based, so it doesn't dry out. Which and then essentially what we do is we apply the texture and the attitude and the movement to create the piece using this medium. I sculpt very much from the brain. I spent 20 years in the bush, did over 3,000 game drives. I make use of pictures, no two ways about it, but essentially to breathe the life, the attitude, the movement into the piece, I make use of what I've observed in the bush. From there it goes to the foundry, long discussion for another day, but essentially what they do is they make a mould. From that mould they make a wax copy, and the wax copy goes through the lost wax method, which is about 6,000 years old. And the wax copy, whatever was wax, becomes bronze. It's welded together and it's patinated. Patina is the coloration. You'll see there's a variety of colors. If you get
that green, color coming through to the
bronze
and coppery looking colors.
Exactly. So depending on what chemicals you put on will determine the final color, the color rather. So that's the process. Yeah.
Small pewter collection. Can you tell me or elaborate more on what this is and exactly what it is? Yeah.
Now this is the other thing that keeps me busy. I market this under the label Pangolin Designs, and essentially there was a gap in the market. You know, you get a lot of people that can't necessarily afford a bronze,
okay,
or the size of a bronze is a difficult thing to just put in your bag and take home with you. Also, people are wary sometimes of shipping. They shouldn't be, because we ship successfully all the time. But this is essentially a range that that can be put in your bag. Pewter is not a cheap metal. It's misunderstood.
Okay.
It's probably the 4th most valuable metal we have in the country.
Wow.
And the process is time consuming. And I saw a gap in the market for little bits of artwork that would be ideal souvenirs for people, particularly that have come to South Africa.
Take a little bit of Bruce with me.
Yeah, absolutely. And make it affordable and accessible and easy to get back home. So we've started this, it's doing really well, particularly amongst the tourism in the eco-tourism sector. So yeah, that's what Pangolin Designs is all about.
Bruce, thank you so much for having us in your beautiful gallery. Please let me know, where can we find you on social media, and your opening times, and where are you situated?
Well, first of all, thanks for coming. Much appreciated. Great to have you here. We are situated on the corner of Church and Bird in Stellenbosch. We are open from 9:30 till 5:30 weekdays, from 10 till 2 on Saturdays and 10 till 2 on Sundays. Website is brucelittle.com. Yeah, we're on Facebook and all the other media platforms.
We can edit it out.
Facebook
is the best way on Instagram. So guys, please come and view it. Corner of Church and Bird Streets. Absolutely fantastic. Bruce, thank you so much. And yeah, viewers, please come meet and greet Bruce, one of South Africa's best sculptors. Mad art.
Cool.